Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And the spirit just, hit me about doing this sit down, and it was inspired by basically what the Lord is doing with brothers all across the United States. And in the past month or so, I've been noticing that the Lord has been putting the spirit on brothers to see many variations of Jacob's trouble, okay? And I've noticed when the Lord puts the spirit out there like that, when you start seeing a lot of videos dealing with a certain topic, okay, that's usually an indicator that the Lord is about to do something in that realm very quickly. All right, like I said, the past month I've seen a lot of videos dealing with Jacob's trouble and salvation. Okay, and you have to remember that if you are as the scripture says, being occupied in prophecy, you can look at the certain worldly events that are taking place that let you know, like, hey, the times that we are approaching are about to get very chaotic, and they're about to get very dire as far as circumstance. Okay, I'm driving right now, so I can't really get to my sword like that, but hopefully, the Lord will put the spirit on me to remember all the precepts that I need to gather for an edifying sit down, okay? Or should I say in transit? But nonetheless, as I was saying, if you are occupied in prophecy and you're keeping up with certain worldly events, okay, these things should let you know that the time that was prophesied in the book of Jeremiah, it is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be delivered out of it. All right, you should know that that time is coming very quickly, okay? Since the beginning of this year of 2022, and even before old Sleepy Joe got elected, he was talking about how this year is going to be a very dark winter. All right, you have a lot of articles that are circulating that Joe Biden has officially signed into order. Was that the bill HR 14067, something like that? And it's pretty much going to allow for Joe Biden to switch everybody on to the digital blockchain system, CBDC economy by December 13th. Okay, he's already dished out what's that, student debt forgiveness, and the it's basically a bill trying to counter hyperinflation. Okay, not only that, you have my man Putin just mobilized 300,000 troops, and I've heard, I saw a video. I didn't have a chance to truly look at it to verify its accuracy, but I saw a video and I briefly saw an article where it said Putin is basically mobilizing, I think like 1 million or like 1.2 million something men, all right, to get ready to fight, all right, and whether that's true or not, or hearsay, which I don't want to say I doubt, but we all know that Putin ain't that type of guy to be fucking around, you know. So, I mean, nobody is just going to, let's say if that's not even true, no leader of a country mobilizes 300,000 men to go play football or to drink beer. All right, this man is making major moves for war. Not only that, speaking of war, you have a situation where you have all these countries beefing against each other. Okay, you got, I think it's Greece and Turkey. You got Russia and Croatia. You got China, Russia against America, Iran against Israel. So that fits the aspect of the Bible where the Lord talks about how you have wars and rumors of wars, and you'll have nation rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. All right, not to mention you add the supply chain shortage, where basically you're about to have a shortage on medical goods. You're going to have a shortage on different types of construction material, different types of agricultural material. You're going to have a shortage on food. So when you combine all of these aspects, oh, not to mention that our lovely state of Illinois, all right, that fat rascal J.B. Pritzker basically signed into law a bill that's going to initiate the purge, all right? So you know that other states are going to follow behind this. So when you look at these worldly events and see how they coincide with the Bible, it's very easy for one to draw the conclusion that Jacob's trouble is rapidly approaching. All right, and as the scripture says, where there is no hedge, there the possession is spoiled. If you're coming into this time without that hedge, which is the protection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you're going to be in a very pitiful case, because the scripture says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. Okay, what the Lord has been doing through many of these brothers, having these visions of this time like there's never going to be before in the history or afterwards. All right, there's a warning to all you Israelites out there that, excuse my language, hey, you better get your shit together. All right? You need to get your shit together, because it's only going to be so long that the Lord is going to be putting this vision on the prophets to have, until the time comes where the Lord won't have to dish out, the Lord won't have to put that spirit on brothers to prophesy that vision anymore, because it'll already be happening. I'm telling you, I've been in this truth for 9 years, you know, not of my own will and strength, but strictly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So I have nothing to brag about. But the Lord has allowed me to be in this truth for 9 years. Okay? And I've noticed a pattern that every time the Lord starts putting that spirit on men to prophesy about a certain subject, and it's coming out in different ways, in intensity and frequency in a short period of time, I've noticed that means that this prophecy is very close. I mean, very close. Very, very close. So it'd be one of those things that if you've heard this truth and there's a small inkling in you that believes that this is the truth, you got to stop bullshitting, all right? And you need to get your house in order. Because as the Lord said, I forgot, I believe it's in Ezekiel, but don't quote me on that. He said, what is this proverb that they have in Israel? That basically every vision faileth, and the divinations. Basically, to put it in modern terms, what's this saying that Israel got talking about these prophecies are slow and they not going to happen? All right, the Lord said, I'm going to cause this proverb to cease. Meaning that eventually, as I said before, there's going to come a time where brothers are going to stop having, well, I won't say necessarily stop, but brothers won't be prophesying about Jacob's trouble, because it's going to be here. It's going to be here. All right. The scripture says that a prudent man foreseeth the evil, and he hideth himself. Okay. You all know that we've been out on the highways and byways for quite a few years, letting you all know that Jacob's trouble will be a prophecy that is happening, that will happen. Because you have to remember, the scripture says that the Lord's word doesn't come back to him void. Okay? It accomplishes everything that he sets it out to do. So you all know that we've been on these streets prophesying of this dreadful and horrible day, to letting you know that it's coming. And now we're prophesying, letting you know that it's right around the corner. All right? It's not tarrying. As the scripture says, this prophecy is not tarrying. It's about Jacob's trouble. This prophecy is about to fall upon us in its climax. All right? Because through the Spirit, I personally believe that we are in Jacob's trouble. All right? It just has not reached its climax yet. Because you have to remember, before every climax, there's a buildup. And as I mentioned before, when you pay attention to these worldly events, you can see all the little things that are coming to pass that are going to culminate in a scenario as prophesied by our fellow brother, the prophet Ezra, in the book of 2nd Ezra, when he talks about woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for their sword and their destruction draweth nigh. All right? It talks about men not regarding their kings and princes. All right? and the power will be in their hands. Man will have no pity on his neighbor, but go around spoiling. Men will have swords in their hands, invading one another for the tribulation and the lack of bread. All right, this prophecy is upon us, but just not in its climax. And I'm here to let you know that this thing is happening very soon. Okay, so I know I said this was going to be a short sit down, but nonetheless, you know, the Lord put the Spirit on me to just let you all know about this pattern that always happens in Israel. And as I said, there's not a lot of time left. This little nigga just cut me off. Damn devil. Man, I'm almost throwing my mind. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. But, yeah, almost more than my thinking. But, like I said, we don't have much time left. So, nonetheless, I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say Shalom.